All right, somebody asked me in the comments why I transitioned from Reaper to Cubase. And I'm going to answer it in this video in the same, with the criteria that I basically explained in those comments. So, for me, the start is here in FL Studio. The reason why I use FL Studio is not about using depth sequencer and inputting notes. I do not use it like that. When I first started, I did because it was just easy. But for me, it's about using the piano roll, right? This is by far the best sequencer on the market. One, it's very simple to modify notes in here. Most sequencers do this, right? They do all of this and that kind of stuff. But I can hold the Alt button and I can adjust the velocity per note, right? But the thing that really strikes me about what FL Studio can do that a lot of other sequencers attempt to do but don't do it quite with the same amount of finesse is this. Now, why is this important? So let's say we're going to start a track, right? A lot of times I start with drums. Typically, as of late, it's been, where are you? Superior Drummer. Because I use mostly drum libraries, like full-on drum libraries. We're using Superior Drummer or Moto Drum or some of the drum libraries that are included in Contact or Complete. So one of the first things I do, I turn the wait for input to start playing on first. No metronome, all right? I'm gonna hit record. It's gonna wait for me to play something. All right, done. I got that idea from my head into the sequencer. Now, you might be saying, okay, you didn't set any tempo or anything, and that's the point. The tempo is at 140 beats per minute right now. So if I go into the sequencer, this is 2 bars long, right? So we're going to bring this back. So we know that right there is the start of bar 2. So that's 2 bars. Now, it's a little off in some places, and for me, that's okay. So we then go up here to the tempo. We go to tap. All right, that's fine. So now we are at back to where we started, right? It's out of the way. I've laid something down. I can go now in here because I did not do it. Put the hi-hat in. In regards of quantizing, sometimes I will quantize the hi-hats exactly where they need to be, right? All right, so our hi-hats are on the 1, right? When it comes to quantizing, I don't want these to be directly on the money. But when I do quantize, this is the thing, and I find this in Cubase as well. The start time allows you to kind of give you that in-betweenness, so you don't lose the humanizing part of the sequence, but you get things more where they should be. All right, so I'm going to keep that. I'm going to offset that kick just up 1 and bring this back because I want the kick to be dominant there. This kick definitely comes up. There was one other one. All right. And a lot of times I'm going through it like that. And then of course I could just pull up another one, and you all know my favorite bass is from the Contact library, the Complete library actually. And that is the Rickenbacker bass from Scarby. Get us a little something going with this. So we'll insert another Contact. And so that's generally how it's done. So we're here. I'll open up channel 1 here. Matter of fact, I'll just take you off of there. We'll turn our microphone on. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll add things like auto-tune or a preamp from acoustical audio if I want that color, and commit to that, right? We'll lay songs this way. We'll lay songs this way. We'll lay songs this way. Then we'll take what we have, I'll export it, put it into Cubase, and we'll record some real vocals outside of the ones that that we laid down for scratch. So we're off into Cubase Pro 12, which is the most recent. We'll go up here, we'll go to New Project, Create Empty, select this folder. All right, then we're going to import all of these. Click OK. Different tracks. Tempo is 91. These are the vocal tracks, so I'm gonna leave those muted for right now. And these are the music tracks. All right, and then we will go in here, and this is where we get really serious about what we're doing. Right? Actually go in and redo anything that needs to be redone. If it doesn't need to be redone, don't worry about it. All right. And so that pretty much is where I stop for the creation part. Now, there are times when I will actually pull up Cubase instead and start in here. Now, there may be a new path for me with the reduction in CPU usage with the acoustical audio plugins. This was the main reason why I wasn't mixing in something like Cubase or Studio One. All right, so we're going to import those same files. So one of the things that I do like about Reaper for FL Studio usage is it's as simple as that for changing a stereo file to a mono file, right? So I don't have to worry about that whole stereo channel for seemingly mono sources. And let's make sure we set our tempo. Just loop that. We'll lay songs this way. All right, and so from there we can keep it moving. So we'll go into the mixer settings. We got our inserts, we got our meters, everything we need. I love the look of it. If I get tired of the look, of course, I can always go up to options, go to themes. I can change the theme to something else, right? If I want to do that, if I just want to have a different look. Sometimes visuals help with the creative energy. So that's why I like to use Reaper for strictly mixing, because of that level. That's one of the things anyway, for that level of detail. The other one is the extensions. This has, as of late, has proven to me to be ridiculously useful. I mean, there's so much you can do, and I only have a few up here right now. So you can go into Reapack and browse packages. And there are loads of packages that one can download. Like, all of these are different packages, man. Look at this. These are different things that you can make Reaper do if you need it. Now, briefly, we'll talk about Studio One. Studio One is proven to be quite the contender. I still like using Studio One. There's various things about it that I'm in love with. It's kind of a snatch off from the other DAWs, right? Has a lot of functions like Cubase, for instance, having the input channel have effects on it that then can be recorded on any channel without reloading the effects. That's a Cubase function as well as an FL Studio function. They did implement that. So this allows me to do a lot of what I did in FL Studio. I love that they put that function in there and it can be used like that now. but the whole thing with the middle mouse button was the last thing that I just don't understand why they don't allow you to do that in this program. It just don't make sense to me. But that's it, man. I just wanted to show y'all what my workflow is, and kind of give a visual answer of why people see different DAWs from me being used.